What it do? What it do? Hey, hey, what's good? What's good? Hey, Carnage. What's up, brother? What's up? Hey, I do what I do. You do what you do. I'm almost at my house. I just threw it up early. But yeah, I'm almost at my house. We're doing an old school stream today. We're doing an old school stream for today. It's old school. What up, James? What's good? What's good? I can't see that other name. Is it Justin? Trying not to focus too much. What up, Just? What's good? What's good with your brother? What's good? Welcome in. Welcome in. Tap in. Tap in. Everybody make sure y'all hit those like buttons. Everybody hit those like buttons. Cowboys are a problem. Now, hey, man, I think that offense is going to be pretty decent this year. And I think, honestly, I think a lot of people are sleeping on how our defense is going to perform. What up, Merrill? What up, what up, what up? It's not a WWE chat right now, Merrill. It's a football chat right now. Mondays and Fridays are WWE. Today's, right now, we talking football, baby. We talking football. What up, Shroom? What's good? What's good? What's good? Everybody tapping in. A few minutes, I'll be at my house, and I'll be able to maintain full potential focus on y'all. What's good with you? And I don't know. I think Pickens wanted out of the Steelers once DK got traded there and got signed. Before they signed their own player, the only wide receiver they had to depend on last year, they went and traded for a receiver and then signed them before paying their own guy that was the main guy for their team last year. Is it because they don't want to deal with his antics? I don't know. I also feel like Pickens had no guidance, had no leadership in Steelers Nation. So I think that's where he was more... And honestly, from everything I heard, all the players talking on these three-letter networks, I've been listening to a bunch of things. Everybody loves Pickens in the locker room. Everybody loves Pickens. So he ain't a locker cancer. All he is he just has a hunger for the game that gives him an emotional edge in certain circumstances. Some people call that a crash out. Hey, I don't care. Dez Bryant was a crash out at that point then. I think we've got our new version of a Dez Bryant coming to the Cowboys now. I think we coming up to a stoplight here. We'll get you guys here popping. Let me see what you guys are saying. What you saying? I'm buying a Pickens jersey. I hear that, brother. I hear that. Exactly. It's just he's got a huge heart. Man loves the game so much that it hurts. He hates to lose. So he's going to do anything and everything to try to win. You this riffraff dude? No, I'm not riffraff. I'm Royal Rawls. He might be double R, but I'm double R too. But it's Royal Rawls, not riffraff. ...2003, time to tank. You know what's crazy though? Is the Steelers have never gone into an actual rebuild. But you could say that like Pickens maybe acted the way he did there because he had no guidance. There was no veteran players on the Steelers that were guiding Pickens. He didn't have a quarterback that was worth a damn. He didn't have another wide receiver that was worth a damn. And from what I'm understanding, him and CeeDee Lamb are already friends. Right, Shroom? Riff Raff. Oh, I ain't got the sideburns like Riff Raff. I ain't got the sideburns or the long hair. I know who Riff Raff is, though. Tiptoeing in my Jordans. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, Dak Prescott's a 10-win quarterback when he's healthy without Pickens. I think this could push us easily to a playoff run. What we do in the playoffs is another circumstance. Maybe the culture that we're building does better. We've drafted a whole bunch of leaders. Now, you don't draft a whole bunch of leaders just to lead more leaders. So you got to have some other players for those leaders to lead. Yes, sir, James. We'll do a WWE stream on Saturday for Backlash. Big facts. You got them winning the East now? Hey, I've already done said it. I said that before Pickens. But I also had some slight inside news that we were getting Pickens. I've reported it already before. And then the other week, or last week, I heard that it wasn't Pickens. It's like they tried to throw us off. They're like, it wasn't Pickens that we were talking about from the AFC North. It was Rashard Bateman from Baltimore. I call bullshit. I did talk about that in my last video, but I had already been reporting that Pickens was very likely to be a Cowboy this year. And that he is who I would want because of the heart that he plays with, because of the physicality that he plays with. What up, DK? That boy plays with heart. That boy plays with physicality. And every time that ball is in the air, there ain't no such thing as a 50-50 ball. That's his ball. I like it. This is the trade that I've been wanting the Cowboys to do all offseason. Now, if they were smart, what they would do is they would extend his contract this year to that way and get him paid for like $25 million a year. But do it this year, because if he goes and he balls out this year and we didn't sign him and he becomes a free agent, we won't be able to afford him next year. And then at that point, it was a one-year loan. But in the end, you could get a third-round compensation pick back for him if it did go that way. So it would be a wash. But I say, why rent him for a year? Why would we want to rent this guy for a year? He's a young wide receiver that's in the last year of his rookie deal. And he was the number 1 in Pittsburgh. He's going to be the number 2 in Dallas. Toxic crash out? Yeah, he might. I'm sure he was looking forward to seeing Pickens and DK together. I don't know what you talking about, DK, but you can hate on it all you want. The Raiders probably still won't do shit. Now, the question now is, do we go get Stephon Gilmore to help shore up our secondary? Because that is still a big question mark. Some people will say that the running back is still a question mark. I think between Javonte Williams and Jaden Blue and Phil, what's his name? Phil whatever. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Phil something from Clemson. I think between those three and then having Hunter Lipke as the fullback, I think it will be plenty good. Especially if that offensive line turns out to be as good as we are hoping it to be. But this could easily have us in the top-rated offense on paper so far. You know, obviously, we still got to put it together on the field, and it's still got to gel. But the fact that CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens are already friends definitely helps the case. Only the Steelers and the Raiders? The Raiders aren't going to the Super Bowl, brother. I'm sorry. And neither are the Steelers. The Steelers and the Raiders are not going to the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that the Cowboys are either. That didn't come out of my mouth. I never said that. I said, all right, so before Pickens, I was iffy on if we would be a playoff team this year. I've been saying we would be competitive and that, it would be close. I think Pickens easily makes us a playoff team. Whether we make the Super Bowl or not, that's another story. I'm not one to talk about Super Bowls in the offseason. That's never been my style. It never will. It's just not who I am. I'll talk about Super Bowls when we get our ass there. That's when I'll talk about them. But yeah, I think that this gives us a much more viable chance to make it to the playoffs and to be able to have a good performance season. I mean, this is easily a top 5 wide receiver duo now. I think Pickens and CeeDee Lamb would easily be a top 5 wide receiver duo. Easily. Like, I'm not questioning that. To me, it's top 5. Top 5 wide receiver in the NFL. CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens. Could they even take over the number 1 position on that? Could they be the number 1 duo? Out in the regular season. Oh, I gotta get my cooler out of my van here and plug up my tablet. Hold on, guys. These hot days, you gotta have a cooler full of drinks. So, I gotta get my cooler out the van. And my son done left the damn garage open again. As always. He ain't even got his bike. Why the fuck is the garage open? Roll these trash cans back. But what's good, everybody? Make sure as you guys are tuning in and tapping in, y'all hit that like button, man. We're going to have this old school style stream today. Normally, I don't even do a Wednesday stream. Wednesday's not usually my off day. But with this acquisition, the one I've been talking about all off season, that I think we've been needing to do, I dropped a little video letting everybody know about it. Not that people didn't know about it already, but I did drop a video letting people know. Man, I've got to get some stakes for this fence. Ugh. There we go. That's all up, put together. What up, Saltwater? What's good? Salty boys. Oh, that's what's up, bro. I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. Where you been, Salt? Where you been? What up, Daniel Perry in the house? You watching AEW tonight? I hear you, James. I hear you, brother. What's good with you? Appreciate everybody tapping in. King Sheriff, I see you, brother. What's good? I'm just getting my ass home from work. And, I got myself a little impatient. I had to hop on the live early. I hopped on my way home. My phone was supposed to be in a mount. The mount broke, so I had to leave it in the cup holder, which made it hard to see the screen a little bit. Did they not take recycled today? What the fuck? The recycle truck didn't come? Ah, damn it. I just be forgetting about the lives. I'm sorry. No, you good, Salt. Hey, man, turn on the notifications for the channel. Because a lot of times you're not going to see it. Because we don't go live like this no more. This is a this is really a rare occasion for the channel anymore. We have a new streaming platform that we use that puts us on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube all at once. But you got to have your notifications on to be able to catch those live streams. We still go live all the time. Usually I go live damn near every day except for Wednesdays. Yes, today's Wednesday, but it's Crash Out Wednesday, so we here today. It's Surge Room. But yeah, make sure everybody that's in here tapped in. Make sure y'all got your notifications turned on. Make sure y'all tapping those like buttons. Because yeah, we stay active here on YouTube for sure. Now, I may not be as active as some of the other people that post, but that's because I still also have a 40 to 60 hour a week job. So it gets it gets hard. I get tired as hell sometimes, and I mean, there'd be times where sometimes I feel like I'm passing the fuck out on the damn stream. Because I'm just that damn tired. Because usually I go to work, bust my ass, come home, help my wife with the kids in the house, bust my ass, do the yard work, bust my ass, and then I get to go on the live stream. That's why my live streams are normally around 8 o'clock at night. But yeah, I think you're still confused, Shroom. I think you're confused. The command... slap that shit out my mouth. The Redskins are going... Y'all act like I don't be telling you the truth. What did I tell y'all about Shador? What did I tell y'all about Shador? What happened to Shador? What did I tell you about who the Cowboys were going to get for a wide receiver? Who did the Cowboys go get for a wide receiver? I don't be lying to you. Sometimes I may get some misinformation and I may not always be right. But I try not to put out any kind of false information. I try not to clickbait nobody. Definitely a third and a fifth. Need to sign him this year, though. They need to sign him. Because if they do not sign him and he plays well, which I assume he most likely will, he may be unaffordable for us next year. So we need to sign him this year while we can still get him at a decent rate. Now, if we don't sign him, just say that we don't sign him this year. He goes in, has a good season, becomes a free agent next year, right? If he gets picked up by another team, we will get a third round compensation pick back. So it would be like we rented him, pretty much for a fifth round pick at that point. So it's not going to hurt us, but I would like him to be on the team for a couple of years. I'm glad we got him here before training camp really kicked off, because to me, that is key. I want him working out in training camp with the team. That way he can be a part of the culture that they are building. Well, I'm sure you don't, Saltwater. But, I mean, the Steelers kind of offended him. This is George Pickens' final year of his rookie deal. He was looking for a contract this offseason. What did the Steelers do? They went and traded for another number one wide receiver and then paid him top dollar. And didn't pay Pickens. So Pickens at that point started deleting all his Pittsburgh social media stuff. He started deleting everything about the Steelers off his social media. Now, what I will say is crazy, because when the offseason first started, I posted a video. Of George Pickens and Jordan Lewis kind of going at it, where George Pickens grabs him by his face mask and kind of puts him on the ground. Well, Jordan Lewis then tweeted out, once he found out Pickens was coming to Dallas, he's like, well, I guess God really wanted me in Jacksonville. I hope he has a good career over there in Duval. But I don't think it's going to amount to what he was over here with the Cowboys. I just don't. That's just the way I feel. I could be wrong, but Oh, man, Pickens is going to eat this shit up, bro. DK is older than Pickens. You're right. DK is what, 27, 28? Pickens is what, 24, 25? Jags might win the AFC South. Maybe. They really haven't done a whole lot. And in Trevor Lawrence, I do not trust. Trevor Lawrence is not... People think Dak's not a good quarterback. Well, Trevor Lawrence is worse than Dak. And with that new head coach, did y'all see that head coach's new post, like his press conference? That man can't even say Duval right. I'll just stick with calling you salty. I'll just call you salty, bro. It's all right, because I know you're salty over the trade, so we'll just call you salty. We cool. That's true. That's true. You ain't lying. You definitely ain't lying. But yeah, I wanted to get on here a little bit and talk with you guys a little bit about this. I'm going to get in here into the house. We may try to react to a video. It's going to be audio only since I'm on the old school stream.
Why are you on the old
What up, Marcy? What's good? Welcome in.
Welcome in just by your voice.
Yeah, man, they got a ton of... They don't even know who their quarterback's going to be yet over there as the Browns. Get off the car. Why'd you leave the garage open? Well, I mean, hey, I like Travis Hunter. Salty. I just, usually the best players in the draft go to the worst teams. That's just the way the draft is set up. Unless a good team trades up to go get him, which didn't happen. So he went where he went, to Jacksonville. But Trevor Lawrence isn't a good quarterback. He may help Trevor Lawrence out a little bit. But at the end of the day, Trevor Lawrence is still Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, that was my son that was talking. I would not doubt that, Shrimp. Joe Flacco is... I say Joe Flacco is going to be their starter to start week 1. Joe Flacco will be the quarterback to start week 1. If he happens to have bad games, those other quarterbacks are going to start getting an opportunity. That just is what it is. All right, hold up 1 second, chat. I'm going to set you down real quick. Got to use the restroom.
Hey, Dad, go look on your desk.
What's on my desk?
Something that Micah put on there.
Don't mess with my stream, boy.
I want to say hi.
My stream is not about you.
Oh.
How many times I gotta tell you?
But can I not be on stream?
Because it's a football stream. You don't know nothing about no football.
That's the old stream. That's your old account.
It's not my old account. It's just the old way of streaming for my channel. Alright, Salty, man. You stay blessed, brother, man.
Look what's on your desk.
A bunch of rocks?
Yes.
I don't want a bunch of rocks on my glass desk.
What about flowers? What about the flowers?
Little dandelions.
I gave you them. I gave you the flowers. It's like I gave some to Mom.
But my desk is glass. I don't want rocks on it.
What about flowers? Is that fine?
Alright. Get my phone here in the mount where we can get things popping. Yeah, because we traded for George Pickens. I got probably 20 minutes left. Appreciate that, Salty. Appreciate that. Yeah, I agree, James. Like I said, bro, you will win Defensive Rookie of the Year. That's very possible. That's very possible, Carnage. I ain't saying that he won't. Went from a 2-star offense. Yeah, 1. Hey, brother. He ain't in the chat, I don't think. He's commenting. Alright, let's get these computers up, because I got some things that we can react to here a little bit. It'll be old school style, where y'all will just get the audio of it, of course. But you'll get to hear it nevertheless. Yeah, Shroom. May 14th. 8 o'clock. What it do, what it do? One. What's good, brother? What's good? I saw your comment pop up. I haven't... Obviously, I'm on live, so I'm not able to... Dude, go pick that up now. Now. Don't be throwing your mother's umbrella and breaking it, boy. Set it back where I put it. On that bench. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've already dropped one video about it, and we got it right here. Just blank it down. What's good, GOAT? What's good? What's good? Tap in, tap in. Everybody hit those like buttons, my friends. Alright, we're going to get some videos up here. Where I can, we're not going to go past an hour tonight here. But I hear you, Merle. I see you. But we trying to keep it about football here today. Try to keep it about football today. Alright. So, breaking. George Pickens. Steelers trading George Pickens to the Cowboys. Is Dallas a playoff team? That's not the video I'm looking for. Let's listen to Double Move over here with Matty Dubs. Does he have a double channel?
What a perfect.
Let me know if you guys can hear the audio.
In the new studio. It couldn't get any better. Got the new studio, and the Dallas Cowboys actually did something. They actually made a big-time move post-draft, post-free agency. And let me tell y'all, last night, this George Pickens to Dallas news was starting to slowly trickle out, and I got excited.
Yes, sir.
Nowadays because, you know,
oh, I love the trade, man. I've been calling for this. I've been calling for this. I've been talking about this kind of trade all offseason with this player.
This team getting a legit weapon outside of...
Y'all hear the audio?
I can't lie. Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, Will McClay, they cooked with this one.
Shout out Matty Dubs over here with the Double Move
The Dallas
channel.
Cowboys have traded for George Pickens. George Pickens. From Todd Archer, the Cowboys gave up a 2026 third-round pick and a 2027 fifth-rounder to the Steelers.
I love it. I love it, GOAT.
2027 sixth-rounder. Now, we get...
All right, so hold on right here. The trade terms. We'll get these up here. We'll take the back screen off here real quick. Turn the screen. It says, trade terms. The Cowboys give up a 26th third-round pick and a 27th fifth-round pick to the Steelers for George Pickens. And a 27 sixth-rounder according to service. So three draft picks, one from each of the next 3 years. So one draft pick for the next 3 years goes to the Steelers. So the Steelers are going to be racking up. Is this a rebuild for the Steelers? Something that we haven't seen with the Steelers. And I don't know how long. I don't know how long it's been since the Steelers have rebuilt.
You're making me a Georgie.
And I won't stretch that far yet, Carnage. But this season he has done so much better than he's done in previous seasons. And I will give him his kudos and his flowers. Here's your flowers, Jerry Jones. Smell them while you can, because I know you ain't got a lot left, my man. But yeah, this is the swan song hoorah for Jerry Jones in his last season. I'm telling you guys, as being the leader of the Cowboys. He is going to be falling off. And to me, this is the swan song. But they need to get this deal done. They need to get him signed. They need to get Parsons signed. They need to get Tyler Smith signed. Deron Bland signed. These players, they need to get signed now to limit the amount of cap space they're going to take up in the future. Exactly, Carnage. They've gone forever without doing a rebuild, which, honestly, you can kind of say the Cowboys have too, but this is definitely a soft rebuild for the Cowboys this offseason. My opinion.
To the Steelers for Pickens and a 2027 sixth rounder. Now, we get onto this organization for not doing anything,
A.
not making
I give it
moves,
an A.
not drafting a wide
Dylan.
receiver, not doing this and that. We have to give them their flowers because this is beautiful. George Pickens, the
Give
player,
them their flowers.
incredibly productive over the past 3 years. He had 801 yards in 2022, 1,100 yards in 2023, and 900 yards in 2024. According to Pro Football Focus, Pickens on deep targets in 2024, including the postseason, a 99.9.
These are all right. So, Pro Football Focus grades of George Pickens on deep targets in 2024 include postseason a 99.9 receiving grade, first, 17 catches, first, 577 yards, first, on deep targets alone. So, there's a little insight on them. Oh, I think they do. I think they do easily.
Receiving grade, which ranked first, 17 catches, which ranked first, and 577 yards. The Steelers' entire premise on offense, their plan.
To me, this easily makes the Dallas Cowboys offense a top 8 offense in the league. On paper. Like I said, we'll have to see how it gels. But I think that people are sleeping on how good our defense can be this year.
Where is it?
Especially once the healthy pieces come back.
Where is it?
The duo with him and Lamb is going to be crazy, and they're already friends.
Where's my good change, Mom?
Dude, don't
was
be
to
yelling
throw
right
the
here.
ball deep to Pickens and let him make a catch. Russell Wilson was like Pickens he's down there somewhere. And I promise we're going to do a film breakdown on Pickens today on this channel. So if you aren't...
Holden is going to be in line behind Tolbert, Mingo, Flournoy. Holden, unless he balls out in training camp and in preseason, he's going to be a 5th or a practice squad guy off the jump. You got to remember, he was an undrafted free agent. So he will probably be a practice squad player. I like Holden. I'm not going to hold him. No pun intended.
Subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You want to see Pickens bossing people on all 22, make sure you hit that sub button.
It's good, Carnage. I enjoy having a good football conversation with you. Without all the extraness.
Did you get your sandwich?
Hey, I'm super lucky and happy about it, man. I've been talking about this trade for weeks, bro. I've been talking about this trade for weeks. I didn't know what it was going to take to get him. But I've been calling for the Cowboys to get him. Did they hear me? I don't know. I doubt it. I had heard rumors about it. And then I was kind of pumping up on it, because I wanted it to happen. What up, Pablo? You good, brother, man? Make your money, brother. Make your money. I ain't mad at you.
68% of y'all that watch the channel are not subscribed. So subscribe to the channel and join the family. As for Pickens...
Right one? Yeah, I've been reporting on it for a month or so now. I've been reporting on this trade myself. Just me for a month, probably. Ever since I first heard the inklings of it, I came on and posted a short about it about a month ago, probably. And then I've talked about it in many of my live streams. Go in at 6 p.m. today till 2 a.m. Well, damn that graveyard shift, Pablo. Go make that money, though, brother. I hear you. Wait, where'd my audio go? Hold up.
subscribe to the channel and join the family. As for Pickens, absolute monster. 800 plus yards, 1,000 yards, 900
Give me
yards.
1 minute.
Those are insane numbers when you put into perspective who was throwing this guy the ball. Over his 3 years in Pittsburgh, he had Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, Mitchell Trubisky, Russell Wilson, and Justin Fields. That is who was throwing this guy the ball, yet one of the more productive receivers in the league. Do you guys realize how awful that lineup is? People like to complain about Dak, Dak this, Dak that. Go look at this list of guys and tell me which one even gets close to comparing to Dak Prescott. If that was the production with Kenny Pickett or Justin Fields, what can it be with Dak? It's honestly incredible that he didn't completely crash out before now. People talk about the personality, the locker room stuff. How can you not be constantly pissed off?
Now, he mentioned locker room stuff. All reports that I've heard, what up, Nathan? What it do? No, he is not a locker room issue. That is not his issue. He is a very coachable player. He has had no locker room issues. George Pickens, the only issues that he has are the fact that he loves the game so much that it hurts him on the field. And yes, he'll have some crash out moments on the field. Everybody in that locker room in the Steelers loved him. Ryan Clark had been reporting on that earlier today. Ryan Clark, who was a Steeler, who has been in the Steelers building numerous times, interviews numerous Steelers, talks to George, has talked to other players. Nobody in the locker room has an issue with George. The issue with George was the personal flagrant fouls on the field. The personal fouls on the field is what had that underlying issue. It is also the same thing that caused him to slide in the draft. Partly cloudy in Madison. Hey, it's partly cloudy here as well. What up, Greyhound? What's good? Tap in. But yeah, there is no actual... Go look it up. Before you call George Pickens a locker room cancer, go find anybody or anyone that has ever said anything about George Pickens being cancer to the locker room. You won't find it. The issue is his personal fouls on the field. Why they call him a crash out. In the locker room, he has no issues. It's on the field. It's because of the heart that he plays with and the physicality he plays with. It gets him in trouble sometimes. But also, on the Steelers, what was the leader that was guiding him? Who in the Steelers organization, other than the coach, was guiding George Pickens, giving George Pickens an example of what to do and what not to do and how to control himself? He will have that in Dallas. He did not have that in Pittsburgh. But I don't want much to change with George. I like George who he is. Who he is why I've been saying that I wanted him in the Cowboys uniform. Russell Wilson was never even a real Steeler. He was a part-timer. He didn't even play a full season as a Steeler. Now, he may cause a couple penalties. What did he have? 7 personal fouls in 3 years? 7 or 10 personal fouls in 3 years. That's the only issue with George Pickens. And all he needs is better leadership around him to help him. Now, what are the characters that the Cowboys drafted? They drafted a ton of leaders. They need somebody to lead. Leaders don't lead other leaders. They need someone else to lead. So George Pickens will have better guidance and better leadership around him on the Cowboys than he did in the Steelers. Mike Tomlin probably did a phenomenal job with him. Mike Tomlin has been known for having culture problems with different wide receivers, but that is what it is. You are absolutely crazy, Nathan.
Oh my God.
I think this probably puts Dallas at a 12-win. Like I think this could easily make Dallas a 12-win team. That's on defense, though. Cam Hayward's a defensive player. And at his age, he ain't trying to go over to the offense and guide this young player.
Micah.
I'm talking about on the offense. Who is there to guide George Pickens on the Steelers?
Come on, come inside.
He probably is, Shroom. Carnage, you're probably right. But it don't work that way because they don't half the time they're not all together. Most of the time they're divided up in position groups. Only on game day are they actually together. Throughout the week, throughout practice, they are divided into position groups. Now, what I will tell you, this offseason, they put Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott's locker together. They left one locker open beside Dak Prescott. Who do you think's locker is going to be next to Dak Prescott's? It's going to be George Pickens. And what did Dak Prescott get Dak Prescott majored in leadership skills in college. He has a major in he has a degree, at least, in leadership skills. You can talk about Dak's football skills all you want. The man can lead people. The man is a motivational person. The man is a good person. There's nothing off the field to really hate about Dak. Some people just don't like because he has a couple playoff losses. Man, some people don't even have playoff appearances. So, to me, that doesn't matter. What up, Easton? What it do? What it do? This makes Burgess upset too. Terrible, terrible. I'm glad you don't like it, Nathaniel. I don't even know who you're a fan of. No, he does not have 10 playoff losses. And if he had 10 playoff appearances, that means his ass was in the playoff every year of his career, which is better than 90% of the quarterbacks in the league. So, if you're going to say he has 10 losses in the playoffs, then go ahead and say that. Because that just means he was there for all 10 seasons of his career, which makes him a top statistic over all other quarterbacks. Pat Mahomes didn't even make the playoffs every year. I think he's made it 7 out of 10. Or some shit like that. Or to the championship 7 out of 10. Some shit like that. I could put a picture up right now with Dak Prescott's stats next to another person's stats that they have hidden in that image. And you would never guess who that person is. But their stats are eerily similar. And actually, Dak Prescott's stats are slightly better. Now, that doesn't take anything away from the fact that this other player is a game changer. Dak is not a game changer. Dak is a bus driver. I'm not stomping the ground saying Dak is a world beater. I never have. I never will. But Dak is my quarterback, and I'm going to support his ass until he ain't my quarterback. Just like DeMarcus Lawrence. He was on my team. I support him. You know what I think of DeMarcus Lawrence now? See ya. Get your ass to walking. What up, Jeff Lee? What's good? What's good, brother? Stafford is determining whether or not he wants to retire. Like, come on now. But yeah, we're going to get this audio playing again.
Off when you have Mason Rudolph throwing you the ball. Because Pickens is easily one of the most physically...
Like, what quarterback has Pickens even had in his career? Other than, 6 or 8 games with Russ? And Russ didn't even play that good?
Gifted wide receivers in the league, especially when you talk about tracking the ball down.
Goff is not better than Dak. At best, they are equal. At best, they are equal.
Down the field making
That Goff is another system quarterback. Dude, I don't care who you name. If you're going to name another system quarterback, then they're not better than Dak. Unless you're going to name a game changer, they're not better than Dak. All system quarterbacks are system dependent, all right? So if the coaches know how to play them in that system, they'll be great. And they'll look great, and you'll think that they're phenomenal. Now, if they don't have a system that fits them, they ain't going to play good. Jared Goff is in a system that fits him very well because Dan Campbell knows how to play to his players' strength. It's about putting the players you have in the best position possible. And football games are based on matchups. So one team may beat one team, and then that team may lose to another team that beat. It's about matchups. Football is 90% preparation, 5% dedication, and 5% luck at the end of the day. But it's about matchups. Goff didn't carry any team to a Super Bowl. Aaron Donald, Todd Gurley, Sean McVay carried the Rams to a Super Bowl. They carried the Rams to the Super Bowl. Jared Goff barely threw the ball. He barely did anything. Well, you ain't acting like it, Nathan. You acting like you not seeing the picture. You acting like you can't see the picture. You acting like we are the Cowboys of last year. McCarthy is gone. McCarthy was a problem. If you didn't want to fire McCarthy after that Green Bay game, then you're confused. I wanted McCarthy fired after he admitted that he lied to get the fucking job. The man lied to get the fucking job. He was garbage. The coach before him, Jason Garrett, also garbage. Hence why neither of them have a job in the NFL today. Neither of our two previous coaches are even being seeked after for a job. Neither of them. And the ownership has full faith in Brian Schottenheimer. All the players on the Cowboys have full faith in Brian Schottenheimer, and they are all playing for that man. There's something to be said about this. And I think Brian Schottenheimer is a much more brilliant football-minded person than Mike McCarthy could have ever been. If Dak Prescott has a running back game that we can average 80 to 100 yards a game, we'll win every damn game. Dak Prescott is also undefeated anytime his running back runs over 100 yards. Anytime his running back runs over 100 yards, Dak Prescott's undefeated. Go look it up. The problem is when we rely on Dak Prescott to throw the ball 40 times a game and he only has one receiver to throw to, that they take away from us on the defense. And then, not only that, all last year, that man was either getting hit as he's trying to throw the ball, or he was throwing the ball off his back foot. You ever try to throw the ball off your back foot and don't step into your throw, and let me tell you how accurate your passes will never be, because they will look like garbage. You can go in your backyard with your friends and try to complete all of your passes by throwing off your back foot, jumping backwards. Let me tell you, I bet you won't complete a damn pass. If you do, it's because it fluttered and you got lucky. What up? It's me. What it do? What it do? I have a feeling that's my daughter. I can't tell though. Hey, I'm not worried about it. Birds, like I've said this whole stream, Pickens didn't have any guide or any guidance or leadership on the Steelers to help him. He didn't even have a solid quarterback to help him. It's Alyssa. I got you. Based on the thumbnail, I can barely see it. It looks like something my daughter would have used as a thumbnail. Yes, sir, Carnage. I'm not arguing that Lamar's not better than Dak, but Lamar is more of a running quarterback. I think Dak can throw the ball better than Lamar. Be honest with you. I think Joe Milton can throw the ball better than Lamar. But Lamar, again, is a game changer because of his legs. Because of his legs. When your quarterback is running 80 to 100 yards a game, your quarterback is a running back. But I'm not arguing that Dak is better than anybody. People are coming to me with the argument, and I'm just defending my quarterback. I know Dak is a little above average. All right, let's put it like this. When we rely on Dak Prescott to be the lead of the team and rely on his arm alone solely, Dak is an average quarterback. When we have a run game and multiple receivers for him to be able to throw the ball to, Dak can exceed to a very good to a top 10 quarterback. So Dak's range, in my opinion, is anywhere from 8 to 16. From 8 to 16 out of 32. Depending on the team that he's playing with around him. What up, Killian? What's good, brother? What's good? You can't score a touchdown. It's the off season. Alright, I'm going to get back into this video so we can get this update done and we can get this video finished up. But, man, I appreciate everybody that's tapping in with us. Make sure everybody that's tapped in with us has their notifications turned on and it hits the like button for your boy. That's good, man. I'm happy you're doing good.
Catches outside the framework of his body, adjusting to the pass mid.
16 is average. That's middle of the pack. What up, Eric?
Doing all of those things from 15 to 20 yards plus down the field, he might be the best in the league. And PFF's advanced metrics.
I'm inclined to agree with you, Eric.
Metrics and stats, they back.
To me, the best two quarterbacks in the league are Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. Now, the top four quarterbacks in the league, I would say Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. Those would be a top four based on their statistics. None of that I'm arguing against. Those are the four game changers in the NFL right now. The NFL only has 4 game-changing quarterbacks, in my opinion.
Back that up. Nope.
But Easton, you're biased. You are a Baltimore fan, so you're gonna have a biased take. I'm gonna be as unbiased as I can, even with my own team, because I'm gonna try to keep it as real as I can and as down to earth as I can, because everything I'm gonna tell you is based on the eyeball test from me watching. No, he would be number 4 to me, Carnage. He would be number 4. And honestly, He barely makes that number 4 mark. Lamar is just passing the edge of being a game changer. He's like he's got one leg over the fence and one leg back. He's there, but he ain't all the way there. To me, the other 3 are surefires. To me, you put Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen on any team, they will succeed. I can't say that about Lamar Jackson. I cannot say that you could put Lamar Jackson on any team and he's going to have the same type of skills. He's not better than Joe Burrow, brother. I'm sorry. Joe Burrow is one of the best quarterbacks in the league today. He's top 2. If you ask me, Joe Burrow and Josh Allen are 1 and 2. Those are the best 2 pure quarterbacks in the fucking league today. And then Pat Mahomes falls behind him. Now, Pat Mahomes is a bigger game changer, but he also gets referee help. So it's hard. It's a hard conversation.
No Cowboys biased.
I would love to have Josh Allen or Joe Burrow on my team. I would love it. But that just ain't who my quarterback is.
JP, you might want to get Witten because Sharon just called me saying that they're opening compartments on your work truck and jumping in and out of it.
Get out of my van. What are you doing, Witten? You know better. You want to get grounded? Stay out of my van. You don't go in my van, Witten. You know better. I catch you in my van again, you're grounded. Alright, sorry about that. Yeah, Joe Burrow's definitely better than Lamar. Definitely better. What up, Jenkins? What's good? What's good? Last year, Josh Allen did not become a turnover machine. But even with his turnovers, he does a lot of his work with nothing. Josh Allen does a lot of his work with very little wide receiver help. Like, name his wide receivers. Name Josh Allen's wide receivers without looking them up. Name them. Right, Carnage? He's mad that his quarterback is the top 4 quarterback, and he sits at 4. And hey, and how long has Shakir been on that team, Shroom? How long was Shakir been on that team? Because Josh Allen was doing the same shit with Cole Beasley. Now, he had Stephon Diggs for a little bit. Stephon Diggs was the best receiver I think that Josh Allen has had. Amari Cooper was decent, but Amari Cooper's on the back end of his career. Exactly. Josh Allen does a lot of his shit with very little talent around him. I mean, like I said, Easton, you're going to be biased. You're going to be a homer for your team. That's just the way it is. Now, see, yes, I am a homer for my team. But when I come on here and I talk my shit, I try to make sure that I'm not being biased for my team. I try to keep it as real as I can. I would sign Gilly. Jenkins, because we just picked up George Pickens. I don't think we need Amari Cooper at that point. Now, if we didn't have if we didn't have George Pickens, I think we could get Amari Cooper and Stephon Gilmore for $7 million. I don't think Stephon Gilmore is going to be more than $3 or $4 million at this stage in his career. Now, in his prime, yeah, he's easily $15 to $20 million. That would be nice. I ain't gonna lie, that would be nice. But my only thing with Amari, and I love Amari Cooper. I got an Amari Cooper, all kinds of stuff up here. Because I loved Amari Cooper while he was here. But what I didn't like about Amari Cooper is he will check out of games. He will check out of games. 100%. When we played New England, check out. Literally checked off the field. We needed him to win the game. Our best receiver, and he was on the fucking sidelines. Like a sad puppy dog. Now, I love Amari Cooper. He's probably one of the best route runners in the NFL. Pats have improved. Yeah, man. Hey, on paper, Shroom, a lot of teams have gotten better. Will they gel and have the chemistry to be able to put it together on the field? That will be determined at game time. I agree, Eric. I'm right there with you, brother. Especially if we can have a solid run game. If we can limit the passing opportunities to 20 to 25 passes a game, I think that'll be where Dak plays best. Run the ball about 30 times and pass the ball about 20 to 25 times a game. Easton, I can tell you right now that if Joe Burrow was on the Baltimore Ravens, y'all would have already won a Super Bowl. That man took fucking Cincinnati Bengals to the Super Bowl. That man took the Bengals to the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow is a dog as a quarterback. Joe Burrow's my favorite quarterback, to be honest with you. Exactly, Carnage. Yeah, definitely. We need to rush. We need to be able to run about 80 to 100 yards a game. Anytime Dak Prescott had a running back that can run 100 yards a game, he wins. He's undefeated when having a running back run 100 yards or more. Anytime a running back on the Cowboys has run 100 yards or more, Dak Prescott's undefeated. Hands down. Hands down. You can go look that stat up. Anytime you can go look up the stat. When has Dak Prescott lost the game and had a 100-yard rusher? I bet they'll say 0 times. Hey, man, Fergie, I like Fergie. He needs to step up, though. Last year, he kind of fell off a little bit. If he doesn't step up this season and go back to what he was the year before, I think that he could very well be passed over by either Jones Stevens or Brevin Spann-Ford. I like Brevin Spann-Ford as a tight end. And now we just got this new tight end that was an undrafted free agent. He kind of looks like a dog. But obviously that's college tape that I'm watching. Go get Chubb and trade for Justin Simmons. I mean, yeah, Chubb would be nice. Chubb would be nice. I ain't gonna lie. I would like to have Chubb over here. But if we don't, I am satisfied because I think that alright, so I don't think Miles Sanders is gonna make the team. Miles Sanders, I do not think is making the team. I do not think Deuce Vaughn is making the team. I think the lineup for running back is going to be Javonte Williams, Jadon Blue, and then Phil. I can't remember his last name, the boy from Clemson. And then having Hunter Lipke as the fullback. Oh, Blue, I think Javonte Williams will be the starter week 1. But I think by week 6, Jadon Blue becomes the #1 running back. But I think we will still be a running back by committee. Let me guess, Dak is in the 23rd place. No, Dak, like I said, man, Dak, depending on the team around him, can be anywhere from the 8th best quarterback to roughly about the 16th best quarterback. Yeah, Miles Sanders. I don't think Miles Sanders makes the team. That man's barely making $100 million. I mean, $100,000. Based on the contract we gave him, man, that's a camp body. That's less than, I mean, his guaranteed money is less than the veteran minimum. Be fatty. Now, all right, we'll put it like this. If Dak Prescott stays healthy, Joe Milton won't even see the field unless they're in a blowout game. What up, Loyal? I will say that if Dak Prescott does give Joe Milton an opportunity to play on the field by getting hurt, that Joe Milton has the potential to do to Dak what Dak did to Romo. I'm not saying it will happen, but I'm saying he does have the potential. But we're putting a lot on Joe Milton for someone who's only had one NFL game. What up, Dan? What's good? What's good? I agree, brother. I agree, man. I've been calling for forever. Dak won't retire this year. You want to put money on it, B Fatty? There has been, I have heard rumors about that, Dan. Vaughn hasn't really played, and when yeah, Vaughn just hasn't. He just doesn't have it. He got a little bit better his second year, but it's, I don't know. He was a feel-good case that the Cowboys drafted him because of his dad, Chris Vaughn, is a Cowboys scout. I mean, you can say that, Fatty, but that's not going to make it true. The only way Milton is a quarterback is if Dak gets hurt. That's it. But Milton is an unproven player in the NFL. This man had one game against Buffalo's #2 players. He had a good game. He won the game ball. Yes. But he hasn't played enough in the NFL for me to be like, yeah, he's going to take Dak's job 100%. The only way I see that right now as it stands is if Dak gets hurt. And depending on his play, may or may not give Dak back his job. I think he has the potential to not give him back his job, but I ain't going to guarantee you that because we don't know what Joe Milton is. Joe Milton has played one game. Yeah, I think Phil Maffa and Jadon Blue are the future running backs of the Cowboys. I think Javonte Williams, if he can stay healthy, I think is a very good running back who can catch the ball and block in pass protection. So I think that those are going to be the three going forward with Hunter Lipke as the fourth. I think Miles Sanders at best is going to be a camp body and maybe make the practice squad. Probably Carnage. Probably. Yeah, B Fatty just be rage baiting. He just be trying to bait it. I ain't gonna make my stream about that. But alright, yeah, I'm gonna get and play some more of this video here. We've got a little bit longer left on it. We're about halfway through it.
Over the years that our idea of making a move is completely different than what Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones typically do. But this one, they got this.
Hey, I like Simba. You talking about the defender, defensive tackle? You talking about the DT? I like Jeffrey Simmons. I think that would be a good move. Now, don't sleep on Joey Toya. The Samoan defensive tackle, the one tech that we picked up in the 7th round, don't sleep on that boy. I think in the rotation, I think he's gonna show up big for the Cowboys. I think it very, very well could possibly pass Mozzie by week 4. Brees Hall would be the running back 1 if he started to start the season. I would love to get Jair Alexander. Or I would be happy, honestly, with bringing back Stephon Gilmore. And from what we're hearing, Siobhan Ravel is going to be ready week 1. Now, I think that there's a really good chance that when Diggs comes back, that Siobhan Ravel doesn't give him the job back. But I would really like to see Siobhan Ravel, Trayvon Diggs, and Deron Bland all on the field at the same time. That would be nice. That would be a dope secondary. As long as Diggs can go back to pre-injury form. Exactly, Jenkins. I agree. He knows the system. I know, but I heard them say that, but they also told us when we were all talking about George Pickens, they all told us that we were wrong. They told us that no, Pickens was never the guy that the Cowboys were looking at. They said that Mike Fish said that Pickens was never the guy that the Cowboys were looking at in the AFC North. That they were looking at Rashard Bateman from Baltimore. And then what happened? They traded for fucking George Pickens. I think sometimes they be saying stuff to throw off the mainstream media. They try to bamboozle you a little bit. Because they don't want every team knowing who they are targeting. Because at that case, other teams can come in and mess that up. I believe so, Dom. I believe so. I mean, who did Pickens have to lead him on the offense for the Steelers? He didn't even have a consistent quarterback. He had a rotation of quarterbacks. I think with CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott and that offensive line, I think he's got plenty of leadership to help guide him to not being, so much of a crash out on the field. Because there's no other issues with Pickens other than his personal fouls. Personal fouls, to me, are the only issue with Pickens. And to me, that's not an issue. To me, that's a misunderstanding because he's frustrated. Because he loves the game so damn much. And he sees that the team ain't helping themselves by putting more pieces on the team. So what else is he going to do? He's going to crash out. But if Pittsburgh really wanted to only get rid of a crash out, why did they bring DK Metcalf in? Because that was like number 1 and number 2 crash outs in the NFL were Pickens and DK. I agree. I mentioned that earlier, Jenkins. Yeah, he was mad. He went and deleted everything off his social media about Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh went and traded for DK Metcalf and then signed him before signing. Now, had they signed Pickens before DK or when they signed, if they signed them both together, there may not have been an issue. I heard that they were wanting too much for Brees Hall, honestly, because I heard about it pre-draft. Pre-draft, I heard that the Jets were shopping Breece Hall, but they were looking for too much. I say somewhere between 20 and 25 million, Jenkins. I think somewhere between 20 and 25 million. I think they need to sign him this year, though. I think if they wait and Pickens balls out this year, Dallas will have easily $100 million in cap space available next year based on what they're doing and the triggers that they can pull. But if they wait until next year to pay Pickens, he may not be a Cowboy next year. He may be too much. And then at that point, we would get a third-round pick in compensation back if we didn't keep him. But that's besides the point. Hopefully they sign him. Yeah, I mean that seems about I don't know about 4 years, 120 million. To me that might be 5 years. To me that would probably be more of a 5-year deal. Or I mean, because we got to remember, this is a number 2 receiver. Even though he's a 1A and 1B. Yeah, $3 million this year. Hey, Shroom, they were shopping Breece Hall before the draft. They were shopping him before the draft started. I agree. I would love to be able to get Pickens for like 18 million. 18 million, 4 or 5 years, whatever that comes to. And then give about 40% of it guaranteed. I agree. I like you think, Jenkins. I think, Dan, I think Pickens is the new era of Dez Bryant. I think he's just another version of Dez Bryant. Honestly, but I think he can run routes better than Dez. You are absolutely right, Shroom. Yes, the Eagles would sign him now. I agree. The Cowboys are starting to do those type of things, finally. That's what he's here for. That's what he's here for, Dan. To do that exact thing, my brother. Well, Justin, we spent a third, a fifth, and a sixth. We got a third in the 2026 draft, a fifth in the 2027 draft, and a sixth in the 2028 draft. Okay, Shroom. Okay. Alright, yeah, we're gonna finish this video up here so that we can get him off of here.
Just put Pickens on the outside and let's go play some football. Jeff Kavanaugh actually made a really funny comp for Pickens, and we're gonna talk more about this when we watch the All-22. He said it was like steroids Michael Gallup, and that's
I could agree with that.
100% of what you're getting, including the roid rage.
I agree with that, but to me a better comp would be like he's the millennial version of Dez Bryant. 100%, Dan. You are 100% right. The Cowboys have not seen an off season like this since the 90s. I'm not comparing what the years are going to look like, how we play, but the off season, we haven't had a turnover rate in an off season with this many acquisitions since the 90s. And usually when Dallas brings in players, they always bring in a player after he's past his prime, like they did with Brandon Cooks. They always wait until he's already too old and he should damn near be retired. This year, the Cowboys got all young players, all players that still have a high ceiling.
Addie, I'm cooking. You want 2 burgers?
I agree, Dan.
On both? You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it would take to get Simmons. I agree, Shroom. I think this puts the Dallas Cowboys wide receiver duo in the top 5 conversation today. And I know that they're going to get along because CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens are friends. They are already friends. They already like each other. They've been friends. No, yeah, you're probably right, Dan. You're probably right. And yeah, that could be a good comparison. But now Terrell Owens. So you're saying Pickens is better than Dez? I mean, because what Pickens does best is that 50-50 ball. That was a Dez Bryant thing. Terrell Owens was a damn game changer as a wide receiver almost. Not quite a game changer, but he was definitely there.
This offense, this Cowboys offense, has seriously missed a vertical threat. Not somebody that's going to separate at an insanely high rate, but somebody that can adjust down the field. You guys remember how good Michael Gallup was, how much it helped out this offense, how explosive.
And see, like, if you watch the facility, that backup quarterback that's on the facility show on Fox 1 with Emmanuel Acho, he said Dak Prescott never throws the 50-50 ball. But that's a lie because that's what he did with Michael Gallup. That's what he did. He didn't do it well with Dez Bryant, but that was in the early stages of his career. Dez Bryant was a monster. Dez was one of my favorite players of all time. Now, his off-the-field antics and retirement, I don't agree with. I don't agree with everything Dez Bryant has done since retiring. But on the field, Dez Bryant was one of my favorite players. One of them. Yeah, man, Dallas has always had character players. San Francisco 49ers got rid of who? Charles Haley because of his character in the locker room. What did he do? He came to Dallas and won 2 Super Bowls to make him have 5 Super Bowls total. What up, Philly Matt? I know, brother. It is what it is, though. Hey, we just trying to make sure and reassure that Washington falls back to where they belong.
Explosive they could be, but they haven't had that ever.
And that we can compete with you guys, especially as long as our O-line plays to the level that we're expecting it to with these top 3 draft picks being on the O-line and Cooper Beebe damn near being a top draft pick. I think we'll have some good games, Philly. I think we'll have some good games. I think they will. I think Jaden Daniels will have a sophomore slump. He may take a notch back up next year, but he ain't going to have the year that he had last year. You know how rare that is and how much luck he had involved in that year last year? Hey, hey, Dan, I've been trying to call it, bro. I've been trying to call it out. I've been trying to say these things. You got to check in with us more, Dan. Make sure you got your sub button hit and that notification bell turned on. Come tap in with us more often, Dan. No, yeah. Yeah, no. I'll give a lot of that credit to Mike Zimmer. Mike Zimmer had the commander's number. That was for sure. He had Jaden Daniels' number. Mike Zimmer had Jaden Daniels looking subpar. But yeah, to me, this is Jerry Jones' swan song. To me, I don't think Jerry Jones. It's already started. I've already made videos about it. I think he is falling back, and we are going to see a whole lot less of Jerry Jones because of the age and everything else. And what kind of gives this away to me is that all offseason we've seen Stephen Jones in the media, not Jerry Jones. Appreciate the donation. Appreciate the donations, Philly. Big ups. Yeah, Jenkins, I hear you. Hey, man, I love Voch Lombardi. He's one of my favorite dudes. Well, prepare yourself to set $10, 10 euros aside, Shroom. You might want to set 10 euros aside, because so far this offseason, I've been correct about a lot of things. No, we don't. Voch Lombardi was joking around. Voch Lombardi doesn't really want Zeke back. I promise you that. Voch Lombardi was pissed off last year when we brought Zeke back. He was pissed off. I'm in on a lot of Voch Lombardi videos. I'm always watching him. Brian Broaddus, Foots the King, Law Nation, Okoye Media, J Tuck, all these people. I watch them a lot. Yeah, keep that shit set aside, Shroom, because you're going to be needing to send it to me, brother. I'm going to tell you right now, you already owe it to me. I agree, Dan. I'm fine with the running back room. Now, could we add another veteran running back? Yeah. But to me, it's not a need. Right now, we need cornerback and DT. We need cornerback and DT. What up, Dom? What's good, brother? Yeah, Foots the King. Foots the King is dope. I like he's a big draft guy. We sure did, Dom. We sure did. Hold on. Micah! Calm down, please. Dude, you only got 30 minutes.
Okay, that's fine.
Another dono, man. Shout outs to you. Appreciate it, brother. Hey, I don't know about that, though, Philly. I don't know. Our division isn't good for that. I agree. I think honestly, I want Jadon Blue and Phil Maffa to be the 1 and 2 running back combination that we use. I'd be fine with just them. Now, I do like to have a veteran in the room, and that to me is where Javonte Williams comes to play. I would love that. I want Dallas versus Philly week 1.
Dude, that's cool. That's really cool. Be careful.
I got you, bro. I got you. Hey, man, I'd be happy with either. Dan. I hear you, Philly. Hey, man, you can try to speak it into existence, but I'm going to be over here pickaxing that shit down. I know, Jenkins, but I want week 1 Dallas versus Philly, and I want it at Philly, because I would rather play at Philly week 1 than play it at Philly later in the season when it's colder. Just trying to look out for my team, you know. Keep them in that warm weather. I'm sure you do. I would love to be at that game tailgating in Charlotte. I don't know that I'm going to be able to make it happen, but I would love to be able to be. Especially since I'm only 30 minutes from the stadium. Yeah, they always do, Dan. They always do.
Since he tore his ACL. And we have to give the Cowboys front office their flowers, regardless if it works out or not.
Wide is a Chiefs fan. Your wife is a Chiefs fan, Jenkins?
Let me see. Sharon told me that the blue car down the road, the not lime green car down the road, got stolen the other night. They found it, but it got stolen, so be careful locking our doors and stuff.
Oh,
Someone
okay.
broke in and stole that car.
Yeah, I don't really want Dak to run. I want him to be able to scramble though. But hey, think about it like this. I'm gonna go out here where it's not so damn noisy. My 3-year-old's going ape shit. But yeah, think about it like this. Go look up the statistics for Dak Prescott coming off of an injury, what he does the following season. So far, the previous 2 injuries, when Dak Prescott comes off of an injury, he generally has one of his best seasons the following season. So, getting Dak Prescott back fully healthy this offseason, I think he's going to come back. I think he very well could be in the MVP running. Especially if the run game goes the way it's supposed to. I got you, Taylor. Right. No, yeah, they think because it's a division game, they think it's going to be a tougher game. Yeah, like I said, I don't really want Dak throwing the ball more than 20 or 25 at max times a game. Y'all good? We back? Y'all good? I don't know what happened. I figured when I went outside, my cell phone network, AT&T, would have picked up instead of the Wi-Fi. Micah, please go on with that shit. Jesus, little boy. You guys good? We back? All right. Cool. I don't know what happened. Network would have picked it up. But I guess because the Wi-Fi didn't stay connected, it went kibosh. Yeah, same as Parsons. Yeah. David, whatever his name is. David. Man, I'm pulling a Jerry Jones. I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, I know it's the same agent. Definitely. Did he F? What's the did he F?
Me like two, my God two. Me like my God. Me like.
They should. They really should, Jenkins. Then write it. Stop talking about it and be about it. I really think they should. I really think they should sign both. I don't know why. We have plenty of money. And honestly, when we sign Micah Parsons, it's going to open up somewhere between $10 and $15 more million for the salary cap for this year.
Yeah,
so, I think they really should sign both of them. Yeah, back in the garden. More like back in the cul-de-sac. Back in the cul-de-sac. I gotta lock my van up because I guess a car got broken into last night and stolen down the road. You ain't even got shoes on, Micah.
Oh.
Go get your shoes on.
No, you. Okay.
Yeah. And it's going to open up more. It's going to open up at least 10 to 15 more million by signing Micah Parsons. It was probably a Philly fan. Yeah, that NC weather feeling real good. I love today's weather. I wish it was like this all year round. You from NC, Jenkins? Hey, I'm not bad at basketball. I'm actually pretty good. I'm not like all world or nothing, but I'm pretty decent. I think my basketball, yeah, it's right here. Put them on. Yeah, you got your shoes. Now you got to put them on. Here, put your foot in.
No, yeah, but me play, yeah, but add more.
These Crocs are getting a little bit small on you. You got to wear your new ones.
Fine.
No, you already got them on. I'm not putting the other ones on you right now. These fit you still. I'm just saying, they're getting there.
Wait, my bike now?
They all think they can hoop in first chat. Oh, man, this ball needs some air. Pittsburgh. The whole East Coast sucks. Hey, now, Carnage. Ain't nothing wrong with the Carolinas. Pittsburgh rumor is Watt wants out now. Hey, man, I do not want him going to Philly. I'm doing this one-handed. You can't throw the ball at a 10-foot tall hoop.
You're mad, Daddy. You're mad, Daddy. You're mad, Daddy.
Yeah, I missed. This ball needs pumped up. Brick City. Here, I need to set the phone down. Yeah, I'm doing it one-handed. Where can I set it where you'd be even able to see?
Mommy, what's my guy now? Dad, you put out there, Dad. Mailbox too. Well, okay.
Did you see Lamb picked Pickens up at the airport? Dude, they're good friends. I've been telling y'all, they were friends before this. The tree, maybe. Yo, Chanel, what's good? Welcome in, Brick City. Watt does want out. What I think Pittsburgh is doing is I think they're preparing for an actual rebuild. I think they're trying to gather draft picks. So that next year they can get their quarterback. Maybe they're going after Manning. All right, ride your bike. Please ride your bike. Exactly. Like I said, he's got leadership and guidance in players over here in Dallas. He didn't have that in I'm sure he had friends on the Steelers because he was good in the locker room. Everybody loved him, they said. But yeah, he just didn't have any peers that were actually there for him. But I agree, Jenkins. And that hoop is bent like a mug, too, because my mother-in-law ran my hoop over and it knocked it down. You see how bent out of shape that is? That thing ain't round to save its life. See how bent that damn thing is? Thing bent to hell. He had Mason Rudolph, yeah. Mason Rudolph, Justin Fields, Kenny Pickett, and Russell Wilson. He had a little cilantro bent like hurt his head. Yeah, I have a new one. I just gotta swap it out. I actually have a new one. Stay right there where Mama can see you. And watch out for that car. Yeah, I've got a new hoop. I just gotta switch it out. The backboard and the hoop. I don't know if you can even see it. It's over there. It's a bunch of junk chairs piled on top of it, though. Mello, ain't nobody talking about you, doggy. Oh. I agree, Jenkins. What up, big nifty dude? What's good? Yeah, what I do, this ain't a new era hat, but yeah, I leave no, yeah, please don't ride that bike. That bike's not meant for big kids. I wear this hat to work, so that's where I grab it to keep it clean. To keep from getting like when I'm a plumber, so my hands get nasty. So when I grab my hat, I grab it on the sticker to keep it from getting the hat nasty. Is that your ball, Jeremiah? I just don't want you to lose it. Alright, well, I think these kids are about to try to play on my... Well, I'm done. Nah, they're like 7 and 8. Those are my sons, my middle child friends. Nah, 9 foot's the highest I can, and these, I damn sure ain't dunking in these. I can dunk 9, 8.5, 9 foot. I used to be able to dunk 9.5, but I could never get 10. No, I'm leaving my hoop up.
Yeah?
Don't forget your bike. I'll hand you the ball if you want. I don't know if you can carry it while you're riding or not. I'll try to roll it down to you. I'll roll it down to you. Yeah, dude, Mingo, Tolbert, and Flournoy. But honestly, I think the tight end is going to be the wide receiver 3 in a sense. Yeah, exactly, Jenkins. That's what I was just saying. Here's his ball. It should... Oh, make sure it makes it to you. Hey, Bob. All right, don't let his ball get past you. I was just saying, make sure you guys catch his ball so it don't go to the end of the road. I'm back. Blue's good. He's good at catching the ball. For sure, for sure. Tati, what, are you not allowed to go down there? That's where all the other kids are. No, you're fine. I was just wondering. Man, you don't have to. I was just wondering if you weren't allowed to because you weren't down there with them. All right, guys. Whew. I'm getting too old for this. I need to get my ass back in shape. Who do you think the odd man out for wideouts is? Hope not Flournoy. You say hope not Flournoy? Yeah, to me, Flournoy is probably the best. Jalen Brooks or something Cooper, Marino Cooper, or whatever his name is. What up, beach girl? What's good? What's good? Yeah, he's just a goofball. Right, Micah? You a goofball?
No.
No? Yeah, you are. Marino Cropper, yeah. Cropper. I think it's either going to be Cropper or Jalen Brooks. I think there's another wide receiver that I'm not thinking of. Because our wide receiver room was packed, honestly. It's been packed, but the problem is none of them were even a wide receiver 2. And none of them were barely a wide receiver 3. I think Mingo could honestly probably be a really solid wide receiver 3. To me, Tolbert showed me last year that he just can't step up into the big moment. Yeah, they're only going to keep 5. You're right. Well, there'll be 6, but 1 will be practice squad. There'll be 6, but there will only be one on practice squad. What up, JF? How about them Cowboys with George Pickens? You get the screenshot back up. Yeah. Oh, wait. Wrong one. Yeah, Pickens to the Cowboys, baby. Whew. But all right, guys, man, I appreciate everybody for being here. If you have not already, make sure you guys hit the sub button and turn on your notification bell because we don't really do live streams like this anymore. I do them from my Restream platform. So if you don't have the notification bell on, you won't get notified when I go live. But we go live damn near every day. Wednesday is normally my off day from streaming. I had to hop on today because Crash Out Wednesdays came to the Cowboys. So Wednesday got a stream. But yeah, man, everybody, y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay great. Make sure y'all treat everybody right because you never know what anybody's going through. All right, me too, Jeff. Me too, brother. I'm stoked. Huh? He's right here. He's sitting there on his bike with Tati. Lamb, Pickens, Mingo, Tolbert, and last spot is a fight. Yeah. Remember they were telling us Ryan Flournoy had some Des Bryant in him. He's like Des Bryant. I think, honestly, who plays like Des Bryant in college is that tight end, the undrafted tight end that we picked up. Whitfield, something like that. I can't think of his full name. But man, I was watching some of his highlights. I was on live stream when I did it. We were live stream reacting to the highlights of the undrafted free agents that we picked up after the draft. And man, the plays that boy was making. He was making some hella good plays. Hell yeah, Jenkins. Yeah, he's a dog, man. He's a dog. And I think he really... Well, as I was watching his highlight reel, I was like, man, he kind of reminds me of Dez, even though he's a tight end. But yeah, man, y'all stay great. Like I said, make sure you got your notification bells turned on for the channel. That way you guys get every live that I do, not just the ones I do that pop up on the short feed. But man, y'all stay great. Y'all stay blessed. I'm Real Rawls. And we out. Peace.